I always fear that I'm not living.
Hello, our little sunshines.
Hey, hey!
Welcome back to the third episode of our Sunshine Book Club, the books that bring us together. For this episode, we are going into, how would you say, a little guidance. And we are going to talk about Grace's Guide, The Art of Pretending to be a Grown-Up by Grace Helbig. If you haven't read her first book, you need to.
God, go read it.
So, Brooke, let's start it off with you. What favorite?
My favorite chapter in this, I've got two because that's just how it works. I really liked her 34 travel tips because I like to travel and it's really good to have some tips that can help me, even if they were really funny and some of them weren't important. I thought it was just a really cool little funny chapter. And then my other favorite chapter, which probably stuck out to me more, was how to make adult friends. Because when you get older, it's harder to make friends, especially once high school ends and college is over and you're stuck in the real world. And if you didn't keep in contact with those people, to make new friends in your adult life is just...
One that really stuck out to me in particular was the chapter on how to balance work and play. Because, I have two jobs and I don't get to hang out with my friends as much as I used to, as far as in like high school and that. But it really just hit me all at once, only because I felt so close to the chapter. The other one that page 59, the 25 tips to manage your anxiety. And because sometimes I feel like I have anxiety for the worst situations, but those tips kind of helped me through a lot when I first read the books.
I didn't really have a least favorite chapter. Maybe it was because it was her first book and I just really, really liked the whole thing. I thought it was really funny and I thought it was really Grace Helbig. And I know that you only understand that if you know who she is, but that's how I felt about it, that it was really just Grace in a book.
Yeah, I would agree. I definitely think for her first book, there was nothing that I really didn't dislike about it. I mean, it was you're pretending to be a grown-up, and those are the things that I think you need to know. And in which 95 to 99% of it was true.
Yeah.
You read it, and you're like, oh my God.
My first favorite quote comes from page, I don't know what page it is because it's not numbered. That's cute. Thanks, Grace. It comes from page 83, and it's a little one of her mom's words of wisdom things. And it says, "Remember, everyone is trying to make their way in the world, so don't be the speedboat that splashes everyone as you go by. Be the elegant sailboat that leaves everyone with their mouths open saying, wow." That's only if you can afford a boat. I like that because it's telling you to not rush into things and to just do it at your own pace. And it could probably wow people more than you rushing into it, and it could fail. So take everything as it comes.
My first quote was from page 47, and it was from, it says, "The right job for you should say yes to these. You make a decent living from it. Are you happy helping others in some capacity? If you can answer yes to all three, then yes, this is your job." And I think it definitely does apply, because when I first started looking into what I wanted to do after high school, I kind of had to ask myself these types of questions, and it really resonated. Yes, this is what I want to do. Yes, this makes me happy. So that was something really nice to actually read that I wasn't making up in my head.
Yes. My next quote comes from page 86, and it says, "This is the whole reason the internet exists. So you can catch up with someone by silently stalking their social media rather than talking to them in the real world." And what's funny to me about that is I feel like that applies to Facebook, because you have all these friends that you're friends with on Facebook, but in real life, you don't ever talk to those people. You don't ever see them. They're people that you either went to college or high school with, or they're friends from years ago, and you guys have lost touch over the years. But I could tell you details of what's going on in someone's life right now, not because they personally told me, but I saw it on their Facebook. And so I feel like that's what that applied to, was like, you can know details of someone's life without even knowing them, thanks to the internet.
The next one I have is another Mom's Words of Wisdom. It's on page 61. Your best. That's all you can do. It may not be the best, but it's your best, and that's all that matters. And I think a lot of times people think that they have to do X, Y, and Z to be the best, and they don't feel like they have to be better than others. But in reality, you have to be better for yourself, not because other people tell you to be, if that makes sense.
Yes. And then I have one last quote. It's a really funny one. It's really short. It comes from page 147. And it says, "Let your personality be explosive, not your butthole." It's just really funny to me. I just like the "let your personality be explosive," because she compares it to "not your butthole," because we all know what explosive diarrhea is like. Well, instead of allow your personality to almost be like explosive diarrhea, to where your personality exudes out of you, and everybody knows what it's like, and don't try and be different than what you are.
So what is your overall rating for the book, Brooke?
I rated it a 10 out of 10, it being her first book. It was really good. I think it was really funny. I think it was really Grace-like. Yeah, so I gave it a 10 out of 10 because I really liked the Mom's Words of Wisdom in it. I really liked the acronym she used. I don't know. I liked it as an overall book.
I would definitely agree. I think I definitely gave it a 10 out of 10. I mean, although that Grace put her graciness, her Helbigness, I guess, in her book, she made it real and she made it raw. And I could really resonate with a lot of what she said in the book. And it's easy read. I think I read this when I first got it, probably in 2 days.
Yep.
So, I mean, I would read it again. I love the fun little activity worksheets she had in the book, although I didn't do them. But I really enjoyed it. So there you guys have it. There is our book club number 3, Grace's Guide, The Art of Pretending to be a Grown-Up. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to talk to us more about Grace's Guide and any in the weeks, you can talk to us on Twitter. You can follow us. I'm at currently1991.
I am the shortest one.
And our channel Twitter is at miles_of_sun. We would love to keep the conversation going. What your favorite parts were, quotes. We love to hear that type of stuff.
Comments below. Make sure you can do the same thing. If you don't want to talk about it on Twitter or whatever, leave us like your favorite parts, and leave us books that you think we should read, because we may have either A, read them, or B, would like to read them. And then we can say that you recommended it to us. So think about that.
So guys, if you enjoy this, make sure you don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. And our social media links will be in the down bar below. And until the next video, guys, don't forget to remember, you are the one who could fill the world with sunshine.
I always fear that I'm not living.